Hello, I'm Simon Humphreys, the National Coordinator for Computing at School, and welcome to the next in our series of webinars about how the CAS community will be connecting up with the new National Centre for Computing Education. In our previous webinars, we've set out some of the context of the plans and the proposals behind the new government-funded National Centre. I'm not going to go over that detail again, aside from reminding that there are three organisations working together in a consortium, each covering different though connected aspects of the programme. In this presentation, I want to explain how our existing community of teachers will continue to be the foundation and lifeblood of our CAS community, how they'll connect with the National Centre plans, and how we'll be able to make these local communities more effective through the support of the National Centre. Since CAS started, we've majored on building connections between teachers in their local areas, working with local volunteers to hold meetings every term, where teachers, both primary and secondary, meet in one another's schools to share ideas, share resources, discuss what they're doing and receive training in new activities and products. Many report how valuable they found that support, and it remains the foundation of our community activity, supported of course through the online forum and resource exchange. Since 2016, these local hubs have been supported through the network of CAS regional centres that were set up with DFE funds as part of the CAS Network of Excellence. That programme came to an end in March this year, and the government have now announced a new programme with more money, the National Centre for Computing Education, and its 40 school-based computing hubs. The National Centre, it'll be a programme for 4 years, based around 40 school-based computing hubs serving both primary and secondary school teachers. There'll be an application process for schools to become a National Centre computing hub, and that will open next term. Please note, the final decision for whether a school becomes a National Centre computing hub rests with the school's minister, not with the consortium. But as you can see from the graphic, the increase to 40 school-based hubs will provide a much better geographic support for all schools, primary and secondary, and also the grassroots network of volunteer communities, our CAS hubs. Here we're in danger of confusing ourselves. CAS has been running its own network called the CAS hubs for many years, and the DFE are now announcing their 40 computing hubs. That's too many hubs. There's two networks, both with the name hub in the title. That's going to confuse everybody very quickly. And we're going to retitle the CAS hubs to something else. The DFE, as you know, have been running very successfully the maths hubs and the music hubs and so on. And quite rightly, and we quite understand, they want to retain the name hubs for the programs that they have built up and are working with directly. So from January 2019, we'll be referring to our hub network as the CAS community, each named according to their location, such as CAS Cambridge or CAS Coventry, and where there's more than one community group in an area, the name may include the local authority or the school name, and it'll be very clear whether that group is for primary or secondary, so CAS Cambridge Primary or CAS Swindon St John's Secondary. And those running the community groups will be known as CAS community leaders. They'll have a badge on the forum to highlight their contribution to the CAS community as a whole. So the name may be shifting, but the role of these groups will not change. They remain an integral part of the National Centre programme. They remain an integral part of the CAS community too. And they will dock into the 40 school-based computing hubs when they're established. And we will be able to expand our network of CAS communities with the support of the National Centre. Each of them will continue to support the local community just as they have up till now, building that local community of practice with primary and secondary school teachers in their area. So what is a community of practice? The concept and idea of it is quite straightforward, and many of you have been developing this already. But for those who might be interested in running a CAS community group, the community of practice is defined, as you can see here on the left-hand side of the slide. It's a group of people who share a common concern, a set of problems, or interest in a particular topic. Well, here, of course, the group of people are teachers, primary or secondary. Our common concern: how can we best teach computing so all our children have access to a high-quality computing education? And we come together. We meet on a regular basis to fulfill those particular goals. It's not a one-off meeting or an individual training session that you attend and perhaps return forgetting or not feeling particularly confident in how you might implement what you learnt on that training session. It's regular interaction one with another, building trust, building confidence, building relationships and friendships. The trust develops through that shared endeavour and between professional colleagues. Our CAS hubs, our CAS communities are a community of practice. Leading a CAS community has been described as a low-maintenance, high-impact activity. They commit to running a minimum of one meeting per term in the academic year. Each meeting centres around a topic or a group of teachers, and it's led by a member of the group or the facilitator, the CAS community leader, or perhaps an invited speaker. But where the outcome is that everyone can go back to their classroom with something that they can use with their pupils. The precise format of the meeting, it's left to the group and for the community leader, but it can take various forms. It could be being directed from the front, as in a teaching session. Could be an activity where you might review a resource, a lesson plan, a scheme of work, and you report back on it. Could be a demonstration lesson. One member of the group would like to try something out before they deliver it and use their colleagues for a trial run. You might operate something like a speed geek, where 3 or 4 members plan a 10-minute presentation on one of their resources, and each member of that group then rotates round visiting each in turn. Or it could be a hack jam, or it could be a mini-series. Varying the format is always a good thing. Targeting a different phase, Key Stage 3, one meeting, A-level the next. Keep it interesting so that the people will want to attend and want to keep coming back to keep working together in that community of practice. So how can you get involved in the CAS communities? Several ways. Firstly, of course, find out where your nearest CAS community is. You can enter your postcode on the CAS website or log into the CAS community if you're a member, go to your profile and you'll see the communities, the hubs that are nearest to you, and you can select any number of those that you wish to, and that way you'll be kept in touch with the activities and events that they are running during any one term. And obviously, try to support your CAS community when it meets. Turning up or sending apologies, keeping in touch with the community leader, let them know that you're interested and what it is that you would like to do and get out of those particular meetings. You might offer to host a meeting at your school. Again, to vary it up, vary the space where you meet can always be good. Inviting other colleagues into your classroom is always a good thing to do. You could offer to lead part of the session. We all have something that we can offer to one another. Whatever our level of confidence, whatever our subject knowledge level, leading 5 minutes, 10 minutes, sharing what you're doing with your pupils in your classroom is always a great encouragement to others. And of course, finally, volunteer to run one. If there isn't one operating in your local area, or perhaps it hasn't met for a while, fill in the application form that you can see on the screen there. Follow that link and volunteer to run a CAS community. We're only asking for a 1-year commitment at the moment. It'll be renewable at the end of each year if you want to carry on, but you can put a toe in the water, have a go, try it out and see what you think. As I mentioned before, being a CAS community leader, it's low maintenance activity but has high impact on your colleagues as well as yourself. We're able, through the support of the National Centre now, to offer an increased level of support. We guarantee you'll get a welcome pack. We're planning regional meetings and training events for you where you can meet together with each other and develop your own community leader, community of practice. We'll provide some resources for you to use in the meetings if you feel that you need one, one-to-one support, be a dedicated forum on the CAS community for all our community leaders. And of course, perhaps most importantly in this context, we'll be able to ensure that you have a direct connection and contact with the National Centre Computing Hub in your region. And finally, you'll be given an opportunity to influence the future direction of CAS. Running a CAS community is a worthwhile activity in and of itself. Many of our leaders tell us that they get great benefit out of it and learn a great deal themselves. So finally, to wrap up, what should we do now? Well, firstly, go to your CAS profile page, log into CAS, click your name, go to your profile, and there you'll see the list of your community groups, probably still called hubs because we need to get round to updating that, but we will do. And select those ones that you wish to belong to, i.e. those ones that you wish to receive information from. As you can see from my profile here, I'm a member of the Cambridge, the Bedford, the Cambridge Primary, and a test one that we just use internally to check certain functionality. But I could select others if I was able to attend those as well and join them. Or if you're currently running a CAS hub, now to be called a CAS community, we're asking you to re-register your intent to keep running that group for the current academic year. There's a form available for you to use for that. If you're logged into CAS, when you access that form, most of the information that we already have about you will be pre-filled, and it'll be simply a question of ticking and selecting one or two boxes on that page. Or apply to run a CAS community in your area. You can use the same link, it's the same form, but you'll just have to fill in a little bit more information about yourself and your school and so on. So thank you for listening. And just to reiterate, the CAS community will continue to thrive and continue to grow because of the National Centre and the additional support that we're able to get for that. But being able to offer through what we've been doing already, that grassroots volunteer community, to feed into what will be being provided from the National Centre in a kind of top-down manner, will make the work of the National Centre far more effective. And we'll be able to realise more benefits through our CAS community network than we might have been able to do otherwise. Thank you.